What's going on everyone and welcome back. I hope you guys are all doing well. Today we are going to talk about a topic that will help you to massively improve your videos and films and whatever you create with your camera, and that is sound effects and the right use of sounds. When people talk about improving their videos, they often tend to say something like improving the image quality or finding better music, but in the end a very important part of filmmaking that a lot of people forget about is sound design and using the right sound effects with the right clips. It is a very big topic to dive into, and I'm also not very good at sound design, but I'm always trying to improve in it so that I can make better videos. And today I got 25 free sound effects for you that you can use to improve your own work, and you can download them for free if you want. They are linked below. In this video we are going to check out these 25 free outdoor sound effects, and I'm going to show you how you can use them to improve your work and your videos. And so let's have fun together and let's go. Over the last couple of years of filmmaking, I decided to start recording different sound effects that I can use in later projects and for my videos. Around 2 years ago I started recording sound effects with my microphone. Whenever I saw a potential sound effect, for example a campfire, someone walking in the forest, and all sorts of different sound effects, especially outdoor sound effects of me and my friends hiking in the mountains, then I took my camera and my microphone and I started recording the sounds. And now I put the 25 most usable sound effects of these sound effects together in a little outdoor sound effects pack that you can now download for free if you want. It is the first link below in the description. If you decide to download this pack, then you get a folder with 25 different sound effects. And now we're here on my iMac. I use Adobe Premiere Pro for editing, a very popular editing software, but sound effects obviously also work for other editing softwares. And once you download the folder, you can just drag it into your editing software. I have it here now, HE for hons.engl sound pack, and now I can open this folder here. And then you see all the sound effects. I'm quickly going to show you which sound effects you have here. You get Alben, Albendoodler, birds, camera, campfires, a couple of different versions of that, forest rain, forest, mountain, snow, Sony shutter, the Sony camera shutter, then stove, tent, thunderstorm, walking, a couple of different waterfalls and windy forest and wood. You have a couple of different sounds that I feel like can be pretty useful if you, for example, like to make these hiking videos and if you shoot a lot outside. Now I would like to show you how you can use these sound effects to enhance your production quality. It works like this. Let's say you have a clip of a waterfall, but you don't like the original audio because that doesn't sound as clean and you maybe hear some people speaking in the background or something like that. Then you just take the image of this video clip without the audio, and then you can use sound effects that sound better than the original sound. And if you do this well, nobody's going to realize it because they just don't think that this could be a sound effect if you do this well. So let's check this out. I have this clip here that I shot a little while ago of this waterfall. This was shot in 60 FPS, but I brought it down to 24. That means it is slow motion now. If we drag this on our timeline, we have the clip of this waterfall here now. I'm quickly going to show you how it sounds like. As you can hear, this doesn't sound good. One reason for that also is that now also the audio is brought to slow motion, which means the audio is half speed, and that makes it way slower and it sounds strange that way. I'm not going to delete this audio, we're going to keep it for a little while, so I'm just going to mute the track here. And then we have our sound effects here, and as I've said before, we have waterfall. And then let's check out our waterfall. So I feel like waterfall 2 could work. Let's check this out. As you can hear, this sounds way cleaner. Let's drag the audio on our timeline under the original audio. And now we have this track here with sound effects. I also labeled all my sound effects a little while ago, which is very helpful. If you want to do that, just select the sound effect and go here to label. Then you can choose one standard color for all your sound effects and one color for all your clips. That makes it easy to find your sound effects in your timeline and organize them. So now we have this sound. Let's see how that sounds. I like it way better than the other one, but one thing that I would like to do. First up, I'm going to shorten this so that it fits the other clip. This sounds a little too loud, so let's bring this down a little bit to -3.5. Perfect. One thing I like to do with sound effects when I have a clip that is in slow motion, I like to press R on my keyboard, and that opens the stretch tool. And now I'm going to select the clip here and make it longer. And what this is going to do, it's not going to make the sound longer, but it's going to make it slower. So now it should be like 80% or something like that. And if we have a look at this, Maybe I'm going to make it a little bit faster again, but yes, I feel like that sounds more natural. If you see that the clip is slow motion, then the audio should also match the speed. But other than that, it definitely sounds way better with the sound effect. One quick thing that I often use in my videos, when I now import another clip here, for example, someone walking or just the next clip, then I press Command and set the keyframe here and another one at the end here. And then I'm just fading out the audio so that it slowly goes away, and I feel like that sounds very natural. So let's check out how that sounds. If we have the next clip, then it should sound way more natural, and that's what we go for here. Next up, I'm going to choose this clip from the same day of my friend walking. Let's import this, and we're going to put it right after the other one to see the effect that this fade out has. So let's see how it sounds like. Let's unmute this here and let's check it out. The original sound of this clip isn't that bad, but you hear me kind of like breathing. I followed my friend. I was already tired, so I was out of breath. That is why we are going to use a sound effect here. We're going to mute this, and then we should go for a walking sound effect. I have a couple of different here. Walking is no walking. Here you have my walking sound effect. And that sounds way better than the original one, so let's import this. The sound effect here is too long, let's make it as long as our clip. Now let's see how that sounds like. I feel like it sounds pretty good. You know, even though the original audio of him walking does not totally match our new audio, and his footsteps are not perfectly matched with the audio, with the footsteps, it doesn't really matter, because if you just watch this video, then you don't realize that. And in fact, I feel like it sounds way much like it would be the original sound. And that is why I like sound effects so much. They can really help you to improve your videos for free. Let's now check out this whole sequence again. I really like this till now. The last clip that we're going to edit today is from the same day again. This is my friend taking a photo of this beautiful waterfall. So let's drag this part of the video into our timeline, make this a little bit bigger here so that we can work better. Let's unmute this track and let's see how the original sounds like. As you can see, it sounds terrible. I would never include it that way in a video. So let's mute this again. What we are going to do here, and what I also do for my projects often, we're just going to click on this clip. We're going to click Option on our keyboard and copy it and drag it over to this clip. I often do this if I need a sound twice or 3 times in a video and there is a scene of a waterfall 3 times. You can use different sounds to mix it up a little bit, but in that case it doesn't really make a difference if it's a waterfall. It always kind of like sounds the same. And then let's check this out. I would maybe for this clip make it even a little bit slower. So let's click R on our keyboard again and let's make it a little bit slower, just a little bit. Let's see how it sounds like now. Yes, I feel like it sounds a little bit more natural, and you always need to play around with things like this. And then what I would like to add here though is a camera shutter, because you see him standing with his camera, and I feel like it sounds cool when you hear the shutter of the camera. I'm not sure if he actually took a picture in this clip, but I would like to make it sound a little bit more rich and give some context to this story. We have 2 different sound effects for that. We have camera. Let's check that out. That is just a basic camera shutter. And then I have also the Sony shutter for our Sony shooters out there, if you would like to include that. And that sounds like this. We're going to use the Sony, even though this is a Canon, I think. Anyway, let's just use the Sony. Drag this part on our timeline. It does not really matter where we position it. I will position it here towards the end, because you can kind of like imagine the story. He tries to focus and then he takes the photo. And let's see how that sounds like. Okay, I would say maybe it is a little too loud. Let's make it a little more subtle. And so -6.5. Let's see how that is like. Perfect. I would say that is a perfect use of a sound effect. I really like to use sound effects like this that add on to the story and make you feel like you're right there. Now we are going to look at this whole sequence once again. Play. I really like it, but I feel like the waterfall is very loud and it comes out too strong. What I'm going to do with the second waterfall sound here, I'm going to take it and drag it more towards this side and also put it under the other clip of him walking, somewhere like this. And I feel like it is very aggressive when it's starting like this, when it starts from one frame to the other. So what I'm going to do again to fade it in, comment and keyframe on the sound and also in the beginning, and then I'm going to drag this down. And then if you press comment again on your keyboard and click on the keystone, then you can change the curve here, and that allows you to fade it in slowly. So we are going to fade it in like this, but we need to change this side of the curve also. So we're going to make this flat. And now let's see how that is like. Now it is perfect because now we have the sound kind of like fading in, and it isn't that aggressive. It doesn't start that aggressive. That's one tip for a better sound design. Especially if you're using strong and loud sounds like a waterfall, you should never just place them under the clip and just trim it to your clip. You should always fade it in a little bit and play around with it to see where it sounds most natural, and that way you make great sound design. That was our quick sequence that I edited by using some of the sound effects of the pack. Let's see one more time how it sounds before using the sound effect. And then here's the same sequence with using these sound effects. As you can tell, it makes a huge difference, and it allows you to improve your videos massively by just using a couple of sounds. And yeah, that is how you do sound design. Say it 25,000 times today. Thank you for tuning in today and watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. Once again, if you would like to get the 25 sound effects, you can hit the first link below and download them for free and use them for your project. If you have any further questions about this topic, just ask me in the comments below or on Instagram. With the few things that I know about this topic, I'm always here to help you out, and I'm excited to move forward with you guys in filmmaking and improve all of our arts and works. So I'm hopefully going to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching this one. Peace out. Bye bye.